Check 1, 2. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the Q-Plex here for this Maritime Major Girls Hockey League action between the Moncton Rockets and the Fundy Kraken. Right now, if you direct your attention to center ice, we will have a ceremonial puck drop here as the Kraken wearing their pink and the rink jerseys here. Looks like we're a couple seconds here from getting going. Final game of the weekend here on High Button Sports, the 2 o'clock matchup and the celebration of women's hockey here in New Brunswick, a full weekend of action here at the Q-Plex. My name is Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. We thank you for tuning in here this afternoon as we get set for puck drop. Starting goaltender first for the Rockets, number 1, Claire Fournette, you see there on your screen. And for the Kraken, wearing number 30, Mara Gillespie. Looks like the teams are at center ice. I'll get in there a little bit. 20 minutes up on the board, and we are underway. Kraken will get first touch here. Trying to gain the red line. They will do so now as that's going to be picked up and pushed inside the zone by Gilliland, who I had to get a clarification for, which means I've been getting it wrong for several weeks now. As the Rockets move it up the ice, they'll get the red line and they'll get it in deep and behind the goal. Picked up down there by the Rockets. That's Plord. Colpitt's in there as well, and Alain. Back to the point. Over to the far side. That was blocked by number 5. Back to the point. Rockets fired in deep and behind the goal now. We have a little bit of a family battle here as the two Boutlier sisters squaring off. Lola and Ella. As the two cages get caught down there. That's something we've seen quite a bit of in the last few years. I can't remember ever a time where my cage got caught with somebody else, and maybe that's because I wasn't in on the physical part of the game maybe, but anyways, I've seen it probably 10 times in the last year or so. As we get back to gameplay now as Cormier towards a goal, kicked aside by Gillespie. Out to the neutral zone. Kraken get it. They try and dump it in. That goes off Lola Boutlier, and the Kraken pick up towards a goal. It's not going to make its way to the net. And behind the net now. That was Haley LeBlanc. Had it poked off her stick. Back to the point. Shot coming. That was deflected, and it goes wide. Back to the point. Ella Boutlier. The Boutlier sisters out here against each other now. Someone's going to be worked through. Ward. And over the blue line now. Good job to stay on side as the Rockets. Down the right side. Centering pass into the feet. Taken away by the Kraken. Glass. And out. And not out, actually, is Poirier. She works her way down inside the offensive zone. Stays with it. Protects the puck. And behind the goal. Works around to the far corner. Can't find it. Chipped off the wall. That's going to be up and over. Heidi Beck's wearing number 9 here today. Didn't catch the name of the lady that came up and gave me the information, but greatly appreciated. Poirier across. Up the left side for underager Annabelle Danielle, who's having herself quite the season here. Try to make a move there. She had 4 goals yesterday, I was told. And she's going to work down the left side now. Inside the zone, shot there. Tried to go on the far blocker side. That goes wide as Bourgeois got there in plenty of time to hold the line. Good hustle play there. Now as the Rockets turn it over, Plord had it poked off her stick. Boutlier poked it free. Daniel now shot that was blocked by Boutlier. Rebound still loose in the slot there. Another save there. Gillespie got the right pad out. Fitzpatrick a shot. And that was tipped, and that's going to find the back of the net. Couple good saves by Gillespie in front. And then the puck bounces out on the side of the net, and it looks like it's going to be number 5, Abby Fitzpatrick, who strikes first here. So that'll be Fitzpatrick's 3rd goal of the season. As the Rockets strike first here. Out the face-off. Kraken getting to work here. Trying to get it back. Nice little move on the right side. That's Bria Ricketson, normally wearing 22, wearing 77 today, as back go the Rockets through the neutral zone and over the blue line now. Worked in behind. One thing to note as well here, an all-female official crew here. Love to see that. In the corner it goes. Elaine Plord in there to help. Colpitts, all three forwards down low. Fitzpatrick activates from the left point, and she's going to be able to hold the line. Towards a goal, Gillespie let the rebound out for Plord. Plord, turns, shot, scores. Bar down, excuse me. A perfectly placed shot that beats any goaltender in my opinion. But that one's on the blocker side there of the southpaw Gillespie. Just a perfectly placed shot up under the bar, and that's going to be Plord's. Ninth goal of the season, her 18th point. We're going to go back to center ice here. Right off the draw, same play. Kraken trying to get in over the line. Catherine Dickey. Stopped up, she's taken down, play continues. Up to the point. Savoie now, chips off the wall, looking for the chip and chase for Ward. Ward able to get there first. She was met there by Duguay. Savoie pins her opponent up against the wall. You can hear the official yelling easy from up here. Back to the point, Boutlier, shot there, deflected towards the net. Gillespie the save, the rebound loose. Spin around shot there, that one just missed. All the way around to the left side, Ward spins it back for Boutlier. Boutlier fires one towards the goal, through a crowd, rebounds loose there, and we have a player down in the corner. And she's going to tie up her opponent once she gets back to her feet as Duguay looks like she took something up in the neck area. Boutlier once again drags to the middle, nice fake there. She fires it towards the goal, but it was blocked. Kraken back the other way, in over the line. That was Duguay. Had it stripped. Now Cormier through the middle. McFadden is going to have to get back on side here. That'll give the Kraken some time here to cleanly break out up the left side. Turned over. Rogier in over the line. Fires off the glove, in behind the goal. Gillespie made the initial save. Duguay in there. Long shift for her. Back to the point, Arsenault. Arsenault cross on the partner. Shot coming towards tipped in front there. That one goes wide. So with it, Daniel. She's going to walk right out of the corner. Shot there, and she scores. 3-0 Rockets. Just 5 minutes into the game. So Annabelle Daniel, her 32nd goal and 61st point. Still only in grade 9 here. A 3-0 lead. That's a start that the Rockets were looking for, and their high-flying offense. So Hannah Coleman getting the call here for the Kraken. We're number 20 wearing the white helmet. Should be relatively easy to spot her out there. Back to the point for Poirier. Poirier spins off a forechecker, moves it down the right side. In front there, tipped, and Gillespie's got it lodged up under her. She'll make that save. 14-42. So over to the left side we go. Puck is down. Behind the goal now, Duguay will carry. Partner pass up for Bex. Bex through the middle of the ice, bouncing puck. Couple collisions at the blue line. Now Plord able to get that puck in deep. Into the corner, Boutlier tried to reverse. Now it's going to be picked up by LeBlanc. LeBlanc tried to get an outlet pass there as Elaine turned it over. Colpitts looking for her counterpart. Works through. LeBlanc and behind her own goal. Surveying and scanning for an option. Up the left side, that'll get by everybody and through the neutral zone. Now as Bex will give chase. Across for Poirier, picks that up. She'll work up the left side. Now Poirier to the line to Plord. Plord drags, nice move, walks in, tried to shoot. Fanned on the attempt. And it's kept in there as Ward chips it around to the far side. Cormier. 3-on-1 down there. Kraken come away with that puck. Ward had her stick held up. Puck at the blue line. Rockets will have to regroup here in the neutral zone. That'll give the Kraken a little bit of time. They do get the puck out through the neutral zone, and that's going to go all the way down for icing. So 13:32 left to go here in the first period. 3-goal lead for the Rockets. We'll have a face-off here in the Kraken zone. Puck's down, off the draw. Rockets collect. In behind the goal. Trying to center, it was blocked. Good play there from Boutlier. Is definitely known for her defensive play. Not afraid of those dirty areas either. Speaking of her, she'll pick the puck up. Didn't have an option, so she's going to go up and over. Love that play. Especially with the weak side winger coming across in support. If it's timed right, which it was that time, just tough customer and Bourgeois to beat. But the Kraken picked up the puck. Loose in front, couldn't pull the trigger as the Rockets collapsed quickly. And back they go the other way. That's Bourgeois. Leaves it there for Savoie. In front there, picked off, and big collision down there in the corner. Both players back to their feet. Boutlier scans through the middle. Good job to take that extra second there. Instead of just firing it blindly, she finds an open stick. Got there momentarily and then was picked off back the other way as the Rockets will regroup through the neutral zone. Rogier got a stick on it. Daniel, and over the line. Left side, she walks in. Shot there, blocker save made by Gillespie. Looking for a second of the period. Now Boutlier once again, up the right side this time. Chipped out into the neutral zone. Back to collect his Boutlier. Maybe some line matching going here by the coaches, getting the sisters out against each other. A little bit easier for the parents. Watch them both play in one game, so shout out to them. Boutlier for the Rockets, over to the left side for Cormier. Cormier fires, that one just goes wide. Boutlier in a rush play here. She's able to hold the line. Good hustle play there. Now she's going to fire it all the way around. Daniel, turn, fired, deflected, and goes wide. Kraken around the far side. They'll get the rim. Cormier couldn't hold the line. Out in the neutral zone it goes. Good press there from Haley LeBlanc. Daniel, she'll make a move around the first defender. Now she'll walk down the left side. Daniel, toe drag, walked in, shot there, rebound. Scrambling in front, all kinds of chaos as the whistle finally goes. What a display there from Annabelle Daniel. Faked the shot, made the defender bite. The old T-drag and a shot, but a good save there by Gillespie, who's been tested here early. So we'll have a face-off here inside the Kraken zone. Decent crowd on hand here. The Q-Plex. Obviously here to support a cause as well with the breast cancer awareness jerseys here from the Kraken. I think everybody listening, watching, or playing has been affected by cancer of some sort, unfortunately. And the fight continues here. So back to gameplay. In behind the goal is Marshall. Marshall reverses it back behind. Duguay all the way around to the far side. Garnett wasn't able to get there in time. Poirier, smooth skater. Works it over to the left side. Plourde, pass in front, deflected. That one just goes by the left side of the net. Now as Duguay battles. Colpitt's in there now. Chipped up the left wall. Colpitt's battling. Good battle there from Duguay. Now as Poirier walks in, the shot that was fearlessly blocked by Marshall. So that one will get into the corner. Worked around. Off the wall. Bouncing puck. Plourde held it in. Fired it across for Colpitt's. Colpitt's looked like she was heading for a change and realized the puck was there. Now Poirier. Nice drop pass there. Colpitt's. That'll alleviate all the pressure up top. Back for Savoie. Little drop pass for Arsenault. Arsenault into the middle of the ice. Poirier being pressed there by Garnett. Into the corner now. Plourde. Chipped off the wall. That'll get all the way outside the blue line. Now as the Kraken will chip it free. Garnett chipped just inside the Rocket zone. And on the forecheck now, but the Rockets will come away with it. Chip pass through the middle. Savoie had it picked off. Nice stick there from number 17, Lauren Little, who normally wears number 11. All we did was add a little hat and a line through the middle there, and we got her roster number figured out. And behind the goal, Heidi Becks. In behind, still with it now. Becks up top. Cross now to the far side. Shot coming, tipped in front there. That one goes wide. So Gabrielle Richard, or Richard, wearing number 5 here instead of 40. Just moved the puck up the wall. So if you're looking for her, that's where she's at. Chipped off the wall now. Rockets trying to clog the zone. Daniel off the bench. Nice move. She's going to find some space now. She carries. And over the line. Left side tried to slide it through. She was able to do so just too far ahead of McFadden. Cycles it down low. Daniel works out of the corner. Drags. Shoots there. It was blocked. Cormier now. She'll walk the lane. Picked off. Boutlier couldn't hold on. Once again, the sisters out there against each other. Little family rivalry on the go here. Daniel with it. Moves it over for Lola Boutlier. Shot towards the goal. Gillespie the save, and she gloves it down, pounces on it, and she'll hang on as well. Have a stoppage of play here. 8:43 left to go now here in the first period. The last time I was here for the Q-Plex to do a game, the Kraken beat the Cape Breton Lynx in what was a fantastic goaltending display from Meka Chason. Then she turned around the next morning and lost a close one. So over 120 shots in less than 24 hours during that point. The Rockets off the face-off. Cormier pinned up against the back wall. Colpitts into help out now. Picked up. That's Sydney Mills wearing number 27 instead of 25. Ricketts in to help as well. Rockets able to hold the zone as they pump it in deep. And behind the net now, Colpitts poked it to herself. Elaine in there. Tried to center for Plord, and it was picked off here by the Kraken. Cormier now, left side, shot towards the goal, it goes in behind. Boutlier, nice shake move, now she cuts to the middle, finds some space, tries to go backdoor. Coleman in perfect defensive positioning. Be a perfect little clip there as the weak side winger slot it down into the high slot, and she was able to disrupt things well enough that the Rockets had the puck poked off their stick and back down the other way. Now with a quick breakout here the other way for the Rockets. Plord couldn't hang on, so back forward is Marshall. Marshall fired up the left side, heads up over there. Now Poirier, she'll cut back, she'll open things up here. Cross ice for Arsenault. Arsenault. Ward got taken down just inside the blue line, and that forced him offside. Couple laughs. None from Ward, though, however. The top 3 scores here for the Rockets, Daniel, Poirier, and Ward. 31, 11, and 17 to each of their credit. A face-off just outside the blue line now. Richard. Cross ice. That's going to be Captain Poirier. And over the line. Nice little drop pass there. They work in. Left side for Arsenault now. Shot coming towards the goal. Blocked. Cormier whacked at the rebound, but it goes in behind the goal now. Boutlier in to help out defensively. LeBlanc. Too many white jerseys around. Had it poked off her stick. Back to the point for Arsenault. Arsenault. Good job by the winger over there to take away Poirier on the right side. That's their 1A option. It's Ward. No options up top. Didn't want to waste it, so she fires it in deep. Turned over. Centering pass. Gillespie got the stick on it now. Boutlier knocks that down into the corner. She'll reverse it, but it's Cormier now. Oh, front Ward there. A shot and a save made. Gillespie as she'll hang on. 6:38 left to go now here in the first. My apologies. 6:36. Over to the left side of Gillespie now. Back to the point. Poirier the shot, Gillespie the save, and she will smother it up and hang on. Thank you all for tuning in here to this 2026 season of the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League. It's been a real fun ride so far. The games get crazier as we get down the line. Here's playoffs just around the corner. Rockets just onside there was Savoie, brought it back in. Roger in there to help. McFadden in the F3. Mills in to help out as well. She took a bump. McFadden now activates. She works on the right side. Tried to drag it by. Couldn't get it by the stick of Maëlle Somerville. It's Duguay now battling down there in the corner. 2-on-1. Roger nearly took her player out from behind into the wall. Now McFadden walks in. Shot there. Tried to go against the grain. Wasn't able to find the net though. Richard in the corner. Turns it over. Savoie holds the line. And behind the net now. Chipped off the wall. Arsenault holds it in. Back to Savoie. Then behind the goal now is Duguay. She'll loop back in behind her own net. The winger wasn't quite there for the option yet. She battles down there. Duguay and McFadden wrestling down there in the corner on the left side of your screen. Now McFadden will pull her stick away from Duguay. As the Kraken will collect here. Chip through the middle. Garnett looking for that loose puck. Chipped it by Fitzpatrick. Back for Cole Pitts, who collects in her own zone. She'll work it through the middle. Good outlet there. Coleman, good battle there. She comes away with that puck. Extra effort. Cole Pitts now will have to loop back down inside her own zone. Chipped off the wall. Fitzpatrick. Bourgeois now. The middle of the ice. Kraken able to get it in deep. Pass through the middle. Good outlet as Elaine now is just going to fire that down on Gillespie. Well, not going to take any chances as she will hang on here. So we'll have a face-off down to the right side in the Kraken zone. Held in off the face-off. Trying to chip out front. Rockets, Richard pinned up against the half wall there. So Kraken are going to look to go the other way. Now they will, as Boutelier will lead the charge. She'll get the red line. She'll get that in deep. Good safe play there as Fournette couldn't hang on. She came out to play it. Through the middle of the ice, now back the other way. Cormier, I think, had a step. If she continued on her trajectory. She moved over to the right side now, looking for the wraparound, but she was pressed there from Boutelier. Ward, and behind the goal. Passed out front, chipped. It's Cormier. Finds that loose puck. Back up to the point for Richard. Richard towards the front of the goal. That was blocked. And goes into the right side corner now is LeBlanc. Up the left side, Cormier. Down low to pinch. She hangs on into the middle of the ice now. Nice little pass there as Bex couldn't find the lane. Spinning around, Boutelier. She'll alleviate the pressure here and open things up as she moves up the right side for Bex. Bex tried to get it out, got into the feet of the official. They battle for it just in front of the penalty box area here. 3 minutes left to go. Stretch pass back the other way. Boutelier, nice little move as she gets around. Couldn't get around the second defender though as the Kraken head back the other way, but it was turned over. Now Daniel with some space. Kraken, we're heading for a change. Daniel down the left side, opens it up. Shot there, tried to go short side, and that one goes up and over the goal, off the netting and out of play. So 2:50 even left to go here. 3 early goals for the Rockets, none since. Puck is down. Face off one cleanly. Boutelier walks into the middle of the ice. She's going to try and find a lane. Fires a shot there. That one just goes high on the blocker side. Whacking at it in behind. Now it's going to be picked up here by Duguay. Off the glass into the feet of Boutelier. Wasn't able to hold the line. Now turned it over. It's the Kraken now. Back the other way. All alone. Left side. Shot there. Fournette. Good first save. Nothing like a breakaway for your first grade A chance. Fournette comes up big there now as Daniel. Back the other way over to the left side. Savoie picked up the outlet pass and she'll pump it in deep. Duguay back for it. Up and off the glass and around the wall. Chip through the middle. Now back the other way. Maybe just one too many passes there from the Kraken. Had a little bit of space, but easy for me to say up here in the sky. Daniel couldn't get it to go. Poirier brought it in. Nice move. Drags to the middle. Shot there, and she scores. Lacey Poirier. Audrey Poirier, my apologies. Her 12th goal, and that's going to make it 4-0 here for the Rockets. So that one partially on me, folks. Mentioned that they hadn't scored yet, and then they go down and do that. The old announcer's jinx. So I'll wear that one. Back to center ice we go here. Just over 2 minutes to go here. Underneath 2 minutes to go now. Arsenault in her own zone. She'll move it through the middle. Heads up there as Colpitt's in the train tracks. Luckily no contact there. Would have been a little worse off than it was at the time. As Poirier taken down. Kraken bench will love that one as they continue over there as Garnett. Red line and deep. Good play there from Lauren Little. Took that extra step, gained the red line. That's not going to force him to do a defensive zone face-off down there as Coleman got in on the forecheck. In to help out now as well as Haley LeBlanc. LeBlanc's been all over the ice here so far. Rockets trying to go back the other way. Coleman turned it over. Lost it there to Elaine. Elaine runs into Garnett. Garnett chips it free. Ward stops up. She'll move it back there for Bourgeois. Bourgeois nearly had it turned over by Coleman. Good job on the forecheck. Leading traffic with her stick. A good stick placement and some good footwork will allow you for a little bit of a successful forecheck as you saw there. Back inside the Kraken zone now. Chipped off the wall. Beck, you can always hear her communicating out there. Now Ward back the other way. Cormier will have to get back on side. Lauren Ward walks in. Shot there was blocked by Duguay. Her and Ward get reacquainted out there. Back in behind the goal now. 30 seconds left to go here in the first period. Richard. Back to the point. Towards the front of the goal. Loose in front. Kraken taking bodies instead of puck. Couldn't agree more with that play. Worked around now. Becks. Shakes off Richard, fires it through the middle. Bouncing puck's going to get by everybody. And now back the other way goes Dickey. Dickey couldn't really commit to the breakaway there, as if that puck got picked off before leaving the zone, it would have been a odd man rush in behind. So she had to kind of stutter step there a little bit, and that kind of forced her to lose a little bit of her momentum. But that will do it here for the first 20 minutes. A 4-0 lead here for the Rockets after one period of play. You're watching the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League here on High Button Sports. We'll be back shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Q-Plex here in Quispamsis, New Brunswick, for second period action here at the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League game between the Fundy Kraken and the Moncton Rockets. Rockets a 4-goal first period here. Fitzpatrick, Plord, Daniel, and Poirier all striking the back of the net here in the first 20. And now we're officially underway here for the second. If you're just joining us, my name is Matt Doodley for High Button Sports. I mentioned earlier a celebration of Hockey New Brunswick's elite programs. Everything from U11 to U18 here this weekend at the Q-Plex. Female hockey's come a long way, and it's only just getting started, in my opinion. Really enjoyed being behind the mic for all the female games I've done this season. That one's going to be chipped inside the zone by the Rockets, as obviously the teams have switched sides. Behind the goal now. Hooked up the left side through the middle. Wilcox wasn't able to find the intended target, as now it's going to be chipped free by Richard. Over the right side. Cormier, back pass. Richard now. Beck's way in behind, blew a tire. As that puck comes around to her wing, she'll have to hustle back in. Now it's Lola Boutlier. Nice feed back door there, and Ward couldn't handle it, just under the heel. Good heads up there. One thing I've liked from Boutlier so far is no panic with the puck. Both girls, actually. Quick head up, and usually helps to look beforehand. As Boutlier now collects in the neutral zone. Up the left side, Ward picks it up on the one leg there, and she gets dumped into the stanchion. And now back the other way go the Kraken, trying to chip it free. Boutlier takes her opponent down, chipped free, Cormier. Into the feet there of Isabel Wilcox, and now the puck will get in deep, and it'll only make its way to the hash marks. Boutlier now, Cormier through the middle, stretch pass. Delayed icing, it's going to be waved off though as Cormier gets ahead of the play. Back to the point, Daniel couldn't handle. Cormier heads to the bench for a change, Savoie will jump on for her. Lord and Little pin that up against the wall, pass out front there, to save Gillespie. Quick left pad save, point blank, denied. Backhand saucer across, left side, shot coming, tipped in front, and that one goes wide. Back for Poirier. Shot coming again through the screen. And that's going to be stopped by Gillespie as well. Now Poirier, another chance to hold the line. She's taken down. Play continues. Mills up the middle of the ice. Good step up there by the Rockets. Number 12, Maxine Arsenault, as she got a stick on that, but that one's going to be whistled on the offside here. Just inside the Kraken zone. Puck is down, chipped off the wall, and into the zone. Gillespie out to play it. Big fan of the goaltenders that'll leave the crease to try and A, slow down the forecheck, and also B, stop the rim from happening to allow your players to get set up defensively. So, good skill set to have. Gillespie's come out a few times now. That pass cross ice. Chipped off the wall, Boutlier got caught a little bit, but she regains now, and she sends Plord into the wall, and Plord is down, and she is going to be slow to get up, but back the other way now. Breakaway to the forehand shot there for net to save. Plord making her way to the bench here, as you saw there on your screen. Hopefully she's okay. So we'll keep an eye on her. Now Ward, drive to the hoop. Got a short side shot, couldn't find the goal. Now chipped free once again. Kraken trying to go back the other way. Bex taken out by Cormier. Cormier back to Boutlier inside her own zone. Through the middle of the ice finds Cormier. And Ward knew it was going to be offside, but it was too late by the time she touched it. So offside's the call. Puck is down now off the ensuing face-off as Boutlier collects, fires it across to her partner, towards the goal. Gillespie will just deflect that in behind the goal. Marshall Turned it over. In the corner now. Out front was Elaine. Or sorry, that's Cormier down there in the corner. Dickey taken down on the way through. Play continues. Boutlier picks it up on the one hand. Looks like she got herself a new weapon there. Pretty shiny stick. Just inside the zone. Ward looking for that loose puck. Got tangled up. Shake move there as the Rockets trying to gain the red line. Dickey chip free, 2-on-2 forming now for the Kraken, and that one got stopped up as Ward fires it through the middle. Daniel, nice move. Couldn't get through though, as Duguay got in the way of that one. Down in the corner, Duguay. Daniel now. She'll spin off. Chipped off the wall. Poirier walks to the middle of the ice. Point blank shot there. Gillespie the save as the rebound comes all the way around to the left side. Left side point, stop up move. Held in for a moment. Now chip through the neutral zone. Not going to have enough for icing though, as that will allow the Kraken the long change here as they're on the real long end of the defensive change. Up the right side, Poirier release. She got the red line, was pressed there from Boutlier, and she dumps it in deep. Roger in behind the goal. Pulled out. Daniel tried to shove one at the side of the net there, and it was poked off her stick, so out through the neutral zone it goes. Arsenault, cross for Poirier. Poirier stops up in her own net for some protection, but she's flushed out the left side. She's in front of the shopper sign now, poked off her stick. And there is Wilcox, finishes her check down there. You can hear the official yelling easy. Up the right side, Daniel now. 3-on-2, Daniel holds, keeps, shoots, and that was blocked. Coleman looking for the chip pass, and that one's going to be waved off. Bourgeois poked that free. That was supposed to be a bank pass, but it's always tough to read exactly how to bank those pucks off the wall. Every boards is different, or every set of boards is different in every rink, so. Down in the corner, Elaine. Duguay taking away the time and space down there. It's Marshall now for Coleman. Coleman through the middle. Bex chips it free. She'll give chase, but it's Fitzpatrick now back for it. She moves it over for Elaine just inside the blue line. Elaine on the right side. Bourgeois couldn't handle, pokes it free. Bourgeois tries the center, picked off, chipped free. Bourgeois turns it over towards the goal. Around to the far side now. Chipped out through the neutral zone. Chipped back off the wall. Kraken looking for the loose puck. Nobody can find it as it's down inside the Kraken zone here. Across there for Richard. Richard gets the red line and she'll get it in deep. Great job there. Take that extra step. You'll hear me say that quite often. If you're a step and a half away from that red line, especially in non-body contact hockey, you want to take that extra step and not put your team on a defensive face-off situation, especially trailing by 4. Cross-ice pass. Cormier, as I say it, will gain the red line and get it in deep. Back forward is Bella Marshall. Try to rim it back up to the far side. It'll get there. Now Lola Boutlier meets it. Right side, fake the shot, moved it down low for Cormier. Cormier winds, fires. That one was off a stick and up and over the goal. That's Chanel Cormier there. There's Melody and Chanel. If you're a Rockets fan, I'm sure you know the difference. Up the left side. That was Melody Cormier who left it there. Now it'll get all the way down onto Gillespie here, and she will hang on. So we'll have a face-off just to the right side of Mara Gillespie. In now in front of the net there. It was loose in the slot for a moment. This comes back up to the right side here. Work down low. Daniel, back door, got it there. It hit a stick first though, so she wasn't able to get a shot off. It was McFadden. Daniel pokes it free. She's got Cormier going to the back post. Comes all the way back to the left side point. Boutlier now works, partners across. That's Chanel Cormier back for Boutlier. A shot there into the mask of Gillespie, and she'll hang on. So we'll go right back to where we started here. Gillespie on the right side of your screen. We'll get her mask situated here. Give herself a little bit of a breather there for her and her defending team. So face-off on the way, McFadden and Gilliland. Won by the Rockets. Up to the point, walking right in. Shot there, that one goes into the blocker side and wide. Coleman couldn't get it out as Poirier fired towards the goal. Tipped in front, Kraken collect. Back the other way they go. And over the line now is Wilcox. Wilcox got it in deep, tried to get it towards the goal. Coleman finishes her check. This play continues. In behind the goal now. Gilliland. Cycled in deep, but it's Poirier who picks it up. Poirier had to get around Dickey. She does. Now Coleman. All three forwards caught here for the Kraken. Chip through the middle of the ice. Annabelle Daniel in over the line. A little bit too tardy on the play. So that puck is stripped, and they were looking for the stretch pass. Wasn't able to get it to go. Now is Duguay through the middle. Turned it over. This is picked up by the Rockets, who will loop it back just to their own blue line. Poirier, a little soft chip pass there. I know it didn't go to the intended target, but what Poirier did there was high IQ in my opinion. She didn't have a direct route. She didn't want to ice the puck, so what she did was she fired the puck into a quiet zone, hoping that her team could win a foot race. They didn't, but it was just inside the blue line, and they had it turned over now. Of course, the play was whistled on the offside, but moral of the story, quiet zones. Every pass doesn't need to be a million miles an hour. She didn't give her team a defensive zone face-off, and she allowed her team maybe a 60-40 puck race there. Ideally, in a situation, you want 50-50, but you can't control the numbers at all times. Kraken looking to go the other way. They'll get it in over the line. Bex will get in on the forecheck. She'll be the first one on the puck. In behind the goal. Rockets getting set up defensively. Bex cycles it in deep. Sydney Mills had that roll by her. Bourgeois back to the point. Good job to hold the line. Kraken looking for some zone time here. Approaching the halfway mark of this game. Elaine, right side. Chips it off the wall. Heads up down here. Savoie. It's all four Rockets on this one side. Worked across for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, nice look there. Savoie was wide open on the right side. Had a hard time with it for a moment. She walks in. Bad angle shot there. She scores. Five to nothing Rockets now. The first goal of the period just at 10:01. And it's going to be Savoie's fourth goal and her 11th point of the season. So we'll head back to center ice here. Dickey taken down off the faceoff. Not sure if she fell or was taken down. Regardless, play is going to go back the other way. Cormier takes the pass just inside the blue line. Duguay takes away her time and space. Boutelier, cross for Ward, bounced over her stick. Now it's a loose puck. Now it's Cormier racing Duguay. Duguay takes her down. As Duguay takes the worst of that one, though. Back up top, Cormier pinches. Good job by Boutelier there. She slotted over to the left side. Now she'll ease off back to the right side point. To the middle of the ice, looking for Richard at the back post. Now it's going to be picked up here by LeBlanc. LeBlanc takes a bump down there in the corner. Ward gets it in deep. Cormier centers. Ward backhand pass through the crease. And that one's going to be ripped off the glass and all the way around to the far side. Boutelier on the backhand. She'll hold it in. Ward, cut back move. Takes a bump there, but she gets it in deep. Centering pass, picked off. Boutelier works it up, trying to poke it free. Comes all the way out to her sister here in center ice. Lola Boutelier. In over the line now, walks in, shot there. That one just goes wide on the blocker side as the rebound comes all the way around and outside the zone as Rogier fires it across for Poirier. Poirier up the left side there for Ward. She'll join the rush. Ward trying to find Poirier. She does. In behind the goal. Works all the way around. Opens up, goes back down. Good support there from Daniel. That's supporting the puck, 1-on-1. She works around the top of the circle. Back for Poirier. Wide open. Good feed. Opportunity to shoot there. And a stick save made from Gillespie. Great play there between Daniel and Poirier. Daniel dragged everybody over to the left side. Poirier stayed put. Another shot there. Gillespie makes that save. Rogier and Duguay tangled up down there. Rogier will take the tumble here. Nice move. Back to the point for Poirier. Poirier shot into the middle. McFadden couldn't pull the trigger. So works all the way around to the far side now. Ella Boutelier couldn't get it out. Poirier across. She'll let that one hit the wall. She'll slide it down low. Daniel working, looking. Slides it back for Poirier. Poirier, backdoor, chipped in front. Nice save, Gillespie. Read it perfectly, slid across in a hurry, and a fantastic save there from Mara Gillespie. We're going to go back to the same play here. Poirier into the middle. Arsenault, cross for Daniel. Daniel, one-timer shot, they score. All kinds of confusion in the defensive zone there, but it's 6-0 now. As Gillespie was there, the net looked wide open probably from your vantage point, and she did get a piece of it. And now it's going to be a 2-goal game for Daniel, and 33 on the season. Back to center ice. Face off won by the Kraken. Picked up, chipped off the wall. Coleman's been very vocal out there, showing her confidence, not afraid to mix it up out there as well. So a couple games now I've seen her in the lineup. She's going to chip that free. Back up the wall, bounces over the stick. Garnett trying to get free. She does. And over the line, tries to fire a shot. Before it could get there, it hits a stick. Into the right side corner now. Elaine trying to poke it free. Successful in doing so, and now Plord back out there. Good to see that. She took a weird trip-up hit earlier in the period. Over the blue line now goes Savoie. Drops it there for Plord. Plord back to the defense. Towards the front of the goal. Block. Nobody knows where it is except for Plord, who has it in the corner. Lily Plord works in behind the goal. She's tripped up. Refs letting them play here. Sunday afternoon. Snowstorm impending. As Coleman blocks that one. And this is a tough change for this Kraken team. On the defensive side of the puck, they have to go all the way to the far bench. And that is a factor. Tipped in front. Gillespie was sharp. And she makes the save. So 6:20 left to go here. Face off to the left side of Gillespie here. Boutlier holds the line. Chip back to her side once again. Bex is going to chip that free. Foot race here is Catherine Dickey and Cormier. That's Chanel Cormier, for those wondering. Boutlier now. Stop up move. Gets around Dickey. Referee takes a little bit of a shove there, unintentionally, of course. Worked up the left side. Ward looking for that loose puck. She will shovel it out into the neutral zone, but it's picked off by Duguay, and she's going to gain the red line and get it in deep. Back for it is Cormier. Cormier had some trouble there, but she was able to poke it free. She went in there for the hit. Physicality picking up here in the second period. Ward and Dickey getting tangled up down there. Is Ward looking for that loose puck. She's taken down. And now the whistle will go. Puck lodged up under Ward. Didn't want to have the players digging at her while she was on top of the puck there. And her and Dickey are going to have some words here. .5:29 left to go here in the second period. 6-0 lead for the Rockets is where we stand. All the way around the far side. Stretch pass there for Daniel on Hattie watch here. Gillespie plays it. Kind of hesitated there for a sec, but then ultimately decided to come out and play that. And good job she did. So the last person you want in all alone is Annabelle Daniel. Poirier now into the corner. Boutlier had to be careful. Quick shoulder check, and she realized Rogier was out front. Now McFadden, opportunity shot there, and that was off a stick. And up and into the netting and out of play. 5:01 remaining here in the second frame. Excuse me there. Back to the point. Off the face-off. Daniel. Working down low, Garnett on her. Chip through the middle of the ice. Coleman Open on the far side. Chipped off the wall. Into the zone now is Poirier, the last one back here for the Rockets. Poirier cuts right on the right side post. One quick move, beats 2 4-checkers, and now back the other way. Roje, good job to leave that one as McFadden open down the left side. She'll walk in, drags, backdoor pass. Daniel got a stick on it. As her and her teammate collide down there, and they're actually having a pretty good chuckle about it, as I can see here through their cages, as Daniel was looking for the hat trick. Very unselfish play there from McFadden. She realized probably Daniel was looking for the Hattie, had an opportunity to shoot, and tried to slide it back door. But a good save, Gillespie, who's been very good in this one, despite giving up 6. Sometimes the score doesn't always tell the full story. At the end of the day, it's the score that matters, but real good game so far from Mara Gillespie. Claire Fournette only tested a couple times now as Bourgeois. The shot, save made. Back to the point. Fitzpatrick tried to fire one through a crowd, wasn't able to get it. And up goes the arm there as we'll have our first penalty of the game. And it'll be a hooking penalty against Abby Fitzpatrick, as you see there on your screen. So the Kraken will get their first power play opportunity here with 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Fitzpatrick will get a 2-minute rest, maybe less. Not the rest you're really looking for, but every now and then you're going to take a penalty. Face off now. Right off the draw, Kraken looking for a sneak attack. Got a shot towards goal, but it probably won't register as it bounced off the side. This is where the Kraken have to outnumber that puck. If there's 1 Rockets jersey, you got to send 2. If there's 2 Rockets jerseys, you got to send 3, and just have confidence that your support system will be there to help out. Duguay tried to fire a shot. That one got blocked. Boutlier now. Loops in her own zone. She'll fire it across. And the outlet up the right side. Nice feed there is Dickey. Trying to find some space just inside the blue line. She'll walk in. Chips it to herself. Cormier got a stick on it. Coach yelling help, just as I spoke about. Round for Duguay. Holds the line, now turns it over as a lane back the other way. Boutlier back in plenty of time, though. Good hustle now. She'll open things up on the far side. Cut back move, and the Rockets will be forced to change. Boutlier, great outlet pass up the left side. Right on the tape. We made eye contact, and the receiver knew the puck was coming. It's Richard and Duguay getting tangled up in here in center ice. Is Duguay able to come across and hold the line? Trying to pass for Becks in front there. It was picked off, and now it's going to go back the other way. Here's Richard. All the way back into the zone. 35 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Now it's going to be picked up here by LeBlanc. LeBlanc. She'll get the getaway sticks going here. She works in through the neutral zone over to the left side. Tries to make a move. Poirier stopped that from happening. But LeBlanc continues on. Somerville. Sorry, that's Gilliand. Now stretch pass back the other way. Danielle all alone for the hat trick to the backhand, and Gillespie got a pad on Daniel there and sent her sprawling into the corner. She wanted a call there, but Gillespie was just trying to make the save. Now Daniel's going to be forced to regroup here as the Rockets will work inside their own zone now. McFadden looping. As the penalty expired, we're back to even strength. Final 2 minutes of play here in the second period. Stretch pass up the middle of the ice, right on the tape. Daniel, another try, added to the backhand. She scores. Fake shot, backhand toe drag, and that's the hat trick for Annabelle Daniel. And it's a 7-0 lead now, and that's going to be her 34th goal of the season. And they're just going to head back to center ice. No reason for the flyby up 7. At that point, it's a respect thing, and the hockey gods are always watching, folks. Poked free. Snow. All the way around to the far side now. Richard, cross ice for Boutlier. Nice move, gets around the first 2 4-checkers. Just inside the blue line. Coleman tangled up there in front of the Rockets bench. 80 seconds left to go here in the second period. Rogier. Moved it over to the right side. Heads up over here. Offside here, delayed, and just as we get under the final minute of play here, the whistle will go. Oh, face off just outside the Kraken blue line, just in front of us here in the booth. I call it a booth, but really it's just a walking track. Perspective is everything. Cole Pitts now, just inside our own line, chips it free, Plord. Fired that into the Kraken bench, and the whistle's going to go here. The face-off, I was going to say, yeah, it's going to come down inside the line. Off the face-off. Rockets trying to go back the other way. It's Plord looking for her second shot there. It was blocked. Rebound comes free into the corner. She works in behind the goal. Back up top for Bourgeois. Bourgeois fired a shot. That was blocked. Dickey in the shooting lane. Savoie now. She'll battle down there with number 17, Lauren Little. Final 15 seconds left to go. Partner pass across for Bourgeois. Bourgeois towards the front of the goal. Blocked once again by Dickey. Down 7, still sacrificing the body. Love to see that. Shot there off the stick of Plord was deflected high and wide. 3 seconds, no time for a shot here as they dump it in deep. And that'll do it here for the first 40 minutes of play. It's a 7-0 lead for the Rockets. At the end of 2 periods of play, we'll head to the intermission. You're watching the 2026 Maritime Major Girls Hockey League here on High Button Sports. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Q-Plex here for third period action. This matchup between the Fundy Kraken and the Moncton Rockets. The Rockets out to a commanding 7-0 lead here as we just get started. Here in the third period, the nets are officially on. Once again, my name is Matt Dooley for High Button Sports. And we are underway here for the third period. So far, 3 from Daniel, 1 from Plord, Poirier, Savoie, and Fitzpatrick. The goal scorers so far here in this game. 32-2 the shots after 40 minutes of play. Chipped off the wall. Through the middle of the ice now. Alain. Plord just got back on side. Puck sits there in the high slot. Now it's going to be poked free as LeBlanc. Skate to stick. Chip pass for Dickey. A little bit too far to handle, and now that's going to be icing. So we might be going to center ice here for this face-off. As I could hear the coach from here saying that the one official waved it off. So that will not be the case. As we'll have a face-off here in the Kraken zone. So 2 more female teams warming up there just in behind the goal, as you can see, as we'll have a new center here. As LeBlanc will be waved. Back to the point, Cormier didn't have a lane to the net, so she fired it in deep. Ward out front, tipped in front, and that goes wide. Another pass through the middle of the ice. Cormier, a shot there. Gillespie was down and out. And it's actually going to be waved off here, and the faceoff is going to come outside. I was going to say, I haven't really seen Gillespie out of position like that before, and she got tangled up with one of the Rockets players. And that's what forced her to not get there to try and make that save. So we'll head out to the neutral zone here. All 5 Kraken players looking for an explanation, it looked like. But I think they'll like this one. Puck's down. Boutlier trying to poke that puck free, but it was pushed inside the zone now as Gilliland. Back to the point. Lola Boutlier activates, fires a shot. That goes high and off the glass. Centering pass out front. That'll get by everybody, but Boutlier holds the line. Cormier, left side shot. That was off the side of the shin pads there of Gilliland, and that one could sting later. Trying to chip it out of the zone, unable to do so. Somerville launched that one up. What a play there by the coach. Not sure if we caught that one on camera, but good heads up there from the bench boss. So the faceoff will come back down inside the Kraken zone here. Puck's down. Kraken win cleanly off the draw, off the glass, out to the point. Boutlier tried to get the boot on it. Couldn't hold the line, so no icing. And behind their own goal, the Rockets collect. Chipped off the wall. Daniel had to cut back. She does. She finds the puck, moves it up for McFadden. McFadden down the right side. She'll drive. Marshall goes tumbling into the wall. Still out front. Roger looking for that loose puck. Finds it, whacks at it. That one's just going to go into the corner. There they go. Daniel. Cross ice pass. It'll get all the way across for Poirier. Poirier back for Daniel. Daniel shot there. A quick release. That one goes high and off the glass. Arsenault trying to hold the line. Boutlier denied that opportunity. And now we're going to have a Kraken penalty here. And it's going to go against number 27, Sydney Mills. It's either going to be roughing or body contact. We'll wait for the official call. So cross-check. There's a reason why I'm not wearing the stripes out there, folks, and that is proof of that right there. Although I think either one of those penalties would have been fine as a call. I don't think anyone would have said too much, but the Rockets will head to the power play here. They're first of the game, so only 2 penalties so far in this one. Shout out to the refs. A good first clear here from the Kraken. That'll force the Rockets to set up here. Lots of walkers here today at the Q-Plex. Love to see the people up, moving around, staying warm here in these crisp, cold winter days. Over to the right side point. Rockets will get set up here in the offensive zone. Bootleer in the middle of the ice. Moves it over to the right side. Backdoor pass Fitzpatrick. Probably had more time than she thought, but love the thought of getting it off quick. Now is Elaine. Trying to find a lane, actually. Oddly enough, here is Bootleer. Works to the right side point. Slides it over to the right side. McFadden shot there. Just a fearless block. And now that one's going to be actually a good dump. I think she might have thought she wanted more on it, but the slower it goes, the more time it kills. So that'll allow the Kraken to get a full sail change here as Bootleer leaves it there for Daniel. Daniel pokes it into some space as she'll carry through the neutral zone here. Up the left side. Enters the zone now. Tried to drag. Gets all the way in on Gillespie, and we'll have to stop up there as that'll be it for that sequence. So 16:56 left to go here in the third. 55 seconds left to go here in the power play as the face-off starts down here in the Kraken zone. Daniel, great read there as Gilliland led with the stick and intercepted that play. She'll walk up now. Poirier. Cut back move. Works it back up top. Lauren Ward back for Poirier. They'll switch spots. Poirier over to the left side for Daniel. Daniel opens herself up. She'll move it back for Poirier. Had to be quick. As Bootleer read that one, got right up on it. Over to the left side. Bootleer presses. Back up for Poirier. Poirier. Try to go back door there. Good read from Duguay now as Daniel walks right down Broadway here. She's got a lane to shoot. She will, and Gillespie to force the shooter here, and she'll hang on. We'll face off to the right side of Gillespie here. Just 4 seconds left on the power play as Mills back to her feet and ready to return here. One cleanly. Here's the Rockets. Slap shot on the way. Gillespie finds out with the mitt, and she'll hang on as the penalty expires. So a big kill there from the Kraken as they'll get back to even strength. We'll switch sides this time for the face-off. Back to 5-on-5. Arsenault, good job to hold the line. Spin move around Coleman. Arsenault, cross-ice pass. One-time chance there. That was a bullet off the glass. Well high and well wide. Now Coleman will head back the other way. She'll chip and chase as she was run into along the way. Now it's Bourgeois. Stops up. She'll work up the left side now. Plord. Got a stick on it. Now she'll put it in deep. Picked up here now by Richard. Picking around the back of the goal. Chipped off the glass. Coleman knocked that down. Good hand-eye coordination there. She'll work in over the right side. Fires it in deep. Fournette out to play it. Cross-ice pass all the way up the left side for Plord. Got a stick on it. Duguay in a foot race here. She'll come away with that puck. In behind her own goal now. Chipped off the wall. She takes a big hit over there. It looked like a hit anyways. The puck comes free and Duguay's still down here. And they'll have to wait for the Kraken to touch the puck as we will keep the camera away from the injured player. If you're new to the channel, that's what we do in the internet era. Last thing we need is a clip circulating. So I'm not sure if she was hit. It was kind of at the backside of the play. She came around the net with tons of speed. Then I heard her go crashing into the boards. She was shaken up, but she's back to her feet now. So we'll wait to see what happens here. So she'll get a little help heading to the bench. You can just see on the left side of your screen there up by the bench area. She'll stay on the bench though, it looks like. She'll take a second here, so the face-off is going to come down inside the Kraken zone here. Puck is down, tied up off the draw. Boutlier couldn't handle it, gets through her feet. It's Dickey giving chase. Fitzpatrick quickly up as Elaine moves it to the right side. Cormier got it in deep. Cormier follows up, finds that loose puck. Nice move, cuts to the front of the net there. Gillespie the save, a second chance there, and another save made by the Kraken goaltender. McFadden blew a tire in front. Kraken bench like that one now as Boutlier spins off. Got herself all tangled up, but stays with it. Good second effort there. Now she'll take a bump. Through the middle of the ice now, McFadden. She'll lean into her player, and coach wanted a call there. He may have had a point. Him and the official having a conversation going up the ice. Referee pleading her case. Coach says that's fine, just looking for an explanation. The face-off's going to come down in the Kraken zone off the icing. Cormier takes it off the draw as Fresh Prince of Bel-Air comes over the speakers. Daniel drags, nice move to the front of the net there, a shot there, and that just startled the team waiting to play here. She saw them jump back to the point. Poirier now. She'll walk down the left side, shot there, another one over the glove and high and wide. Poirier, nice little move there. That's what happens when you check your blind spots before you get to that puck. She was able to find Daniel, who walks all the way down the left side. And gets a clean shot off, but another nice save made by Gillespie here. Winning that draw back was Ward. Cross for Poirier, winds and fires, and that one off the shin pads there of Marshall. And there's a hit thrown, and that one's going to be a penalty. Kraken with it, waiting for the Rockets to touch up here. And another hit thrown down there as well, it's going to be number 22, Maëlle Rogier. 2 minutes for body contact. They almost took another one there at the end of that sequence, but faceoff's going to come to the left side here of Claire Fredette, and the Kraken are going to get their second power play of the game here. Right off the draw, Poirier collects. Partnered it across. Savoie got caught up in the official. That'll allow the Kraken to turn around. Shot coming, that was blocked. The clearing attempt was blocked by the same player, so puck stays inside the zone. Towards the middle of the ice. Cross ice pass, bouncing puck off the skate. Poirier now will find it shorthanded. She'll head back the other way. Poirier versus Boutlier. Poirier, left side. Boutlier does a real good job to keep her on the outside there. Waited for the last second to turn those feet to the inside. That's what the attacker's looking for, is those crossed up feet. Because once you commit to that one side, now that whole middle of the ice is open, and if they're able to get that puck through the middle, then it's off to the races. The Rockets try and clear again. Hits a body. Arsenault spins, turns. Boutlier came up, shot there. Fredette had to kick it out. I think she was expecting the deflection, but it didn't touch anything along the way. It's now Arsenault. Shakes off the first forechecker. Fired across ice. Elaine couldn't find it. Poked free. And Garnett. Now Boutlier. Good heads up there now. She'll loop it around, trying to open things up here on the neutral zone breakout. She fires it across for Bex. Bex opens up, works in behind her own goal. Now she's moved over to the left side. A little switch there. Cross ice pass. Onto the backhand. Couldn't hang on. Into the middle of the ice. That one's going to be sent the length here. 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Plord in there. She's pinned up against the wall. Now there's going to be a penalty here to the Kraken. Looks like it's going to be a holding call, and that one I will get right this time. So it'll be 2 minutes for holding. We'll have 4-on-4 for 25 seconds, and then there'll be a somewhat of an abbreviated power play for the Rockets. Puck is down, 4-on-4. Fitzpatrick a shot, that one goes wide. Excuse me. Job by Cormier. She'll move it across for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick moved it down low for McFadden. McFadden's got a lane to the middle of the ice. She moves to the right side now, stops and opens up. Cut back move. Gets around, moves it back for Fitzpatrick in the high slot. Shot there, the save made Gillespie through the crowd. McFadden working around at the top of the blue line, able to keep the zone, walks in, still with it, still with a lane. Opportunity, point blank shot, and Gillespie the save. 10:47 left to go, and we're power play here for the Rockets. Face off to the left side of Gillespie here. Back all the way for Daniel. Daniel didn't have a lane, so she cuts back. Back for Boutlier in the middle point. Left side for Daniel. Couldn't hang on. Still with it, though. Cycles it down low. Back for Annabelle Daniel. Left side, top of the circle. Holds, drags, shoots through the feet. You can see her waiting for those legs to open up there. She was trying to utilize the defender as a screen. She's successful in doing so, but Gillespie, a real good save there. She comes out square to the shooter. The face-off will remain inside the Kraken zone here. So halfway through the penalty here now. Poirier, cross for Daniel. Daniel drags. You got to know that she's potentially going to pull that one off. Now it's Poirier. Drops it there. It's Cormier. Can't hang on. Comes back to the point. A little miscommunication there. Daniel thought Cormier was going to get it. Cormier vice versa. Puck comes outside as the Rockets regroup here in the neutral zone. Now Poirier trying to bust her way down Broadway, and that one's going to be poked off the ice, and back down the ice it goes. Big clear there for the Kraken. Daniel gets around Coleman. Underneath 10 minutes to go here in the third. Daniel stops up. Savoie ties up Coleman. That allows the puck to slide through. Arsenault, 5 seconds left to go in the power play. Arsenault now tries to go back up top. She does for Poirier. A shot there tipped in front. Gillespie reaching for it, but the puck rolled by. Back to the point. We're back to even strength now. Nothing doing on both power plays this year as Poirier collects. Arsenault ran into Coleman. So Ward comes away with that puck as she just enters your screen there. She's going to get the red line. Tried to chip it in deep, but hit her own player along the way. Now the puck will get in deep. Trying to center. Beck's looking for the loose puck. Now it's Savoie. Shot there. Gillespie the save. Rebound comes loose. Coleman collects. She's going to fire that out through the neutral zone. Good safe play there. That'll allow her to head to the bench for a change as Lola Boutlier back to collect. She partners it across. Arsenault with it, looking for her options. Savoie was tied up, so she wasn't able to come away with the puck. Poke free. Somerville. And on the forecheck, Boutlier, good outlet pass there for Ward. Ward in perfect position, tries to center. Now it's Elaine who finds the puck. Elaine finds the red line and gets it in deep. Now is Plord. Boutlier lost her stick, so that'll give Plord some time out front there. Good tie up in front from Duguay. Now Elaine trying to get free. Puck goes into the corner. Gilliand. Sorry, that's Ricketson. The number switch got me there. Save made Gillespie. Puck still free. Now trying to go the other way are the Kraken. Out to the blue line. Not quite out. Let's work back down the side. Is Duguay now. She'll chip that off the glass. Hits one of those metal stanchions. That doesn't allow it to travel very far, as that one's going to be waved off. Touch something on the way through. Gillespie out there to play it. Little miscommunication with her and the defender. There's now LeBlanc. Centers it through the middle. Fitzpatrick. Intercepted. Chipped free. Plord. Got around Boutelier. Plord through the middle. So LeBlanc came back defensively to help out. Now Cormier is shot there off the side of the post up into the netting and out of play. 7:13 left to go here in this third period. Face off to the right side of Gillespie now. Poirier partnered it across. Takes the return pass. One-time shot there. That was blocked off the stick of number 8, Isabel Wilcox. Turned it over. Kraken trying to go back the other way, but it was bounced off the stick now. Centering pass. Turned over. Little ping-pong match here in the neutral zone. Poirier. He's going to chip that in deep. Getting there first for the Kraken, though. Hit thrown there on LeBlanc. Or sorry, that was Gilliland. Comes out to the blue line. Now it's going to come out. Chip free. Dickey was trying to get off to the races, but now it's Poirier who picks it up. Poirier in over the line. Delays. Goes cross ice there for Bourgeois. They tie up down there in the corner. Opportunity to shoot off a stick and up and out of play into the netting, as we'll have another whistle here. A little bit of a lighter Sunday here on High Button Sports Channel, if you can believe it. 8 to 10 games is a little bit of a slower day. This is the final matchup here of the weekend for us. The shot towards the goal was tipped, and that goes wide. Arsenault with it. Carries across the blue line. Partners it across for Boutelier. Boutelier stops up. Turns into the middle of the ice. Shot there, tipped in front. And that one will find the back of the net. And now they're going to try and figure out who scored it. Lola Boutelier is going to get credit for that one based on the tips to the head there. So Lola Boutelier will get her 13th goal of the season as a defender. Pretty good numbers there. As the score now 8-0. The first goal here in the third period. Daniel had it poked off her stick. Boutelier through the middle to Ward. So Boutelier from Arsenault, as Ward tried to shovel that one at the net. She's taken down. Daniel looking for that loose puck, but is picked off here by the Kraken. A little fancy footwork there. As the Kraken will head north. Opportunity shot there, blocker away for net. The rebound is pushed wide. That was off the stick there of number 17, Lauren Little, as that one comes outside the zone now. Turned and fired back in. Rockets forced to retreat. Through the middle, Daniel looking for her options. All tied up as she'll carry in over the line. Through the legs. Nice little move there. Centering pass, couldn't get it to her teammate as it's pushed down through the neutral zone. Final 5 minutes of play here in this one. Cormier, the good head of steam. She works through the neutral zone. Now she'll enter the zone down the left side. Still with it. In behind the goal. Looking to center. Off a set of skates and in behind the goal. Back to the point. Fitzpatrick holds the line. Up to the blue line. Now it's out. Was Beck's trying to get off to the races. Dickey in to help out. She chips that inside the zone. And on the forecheck there. Beck's looking to help out now as well as the puck switches sides. Back to the point. Marshall couldn't hold the line. Cormier now. 2-on-1 with McFadden. Cormier, shot there. Gillespie the save. The rebound was loose for a moment, and she'll pounce on that and cover it up. 3:56 left to go. Interesting song choice. So face off to the left here in the Kraken zone. Good face-off assignments there from the Rockets, allowed them to get possession back. Now is Bourgeois' shot, and she will hang on. The Rockets will change up the forward unit here. So the nationwide rankings came out if you follow the High Button Sports social media pages or the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League page. 3 teams here in this league in the rankings. I believe it's the Rockets 8, Selects 13, and the Surge 12. I'm probably wrong, but I do know those 3 teams are in the rankings. So maybe I should have just stuck with that, but hey, everybody makes mistakes. Poirier, she took a little bit of a bump there. Now turned over, Plord. Left side, moved it back for Bourgeois. Bourgeois shot, that was blocked, but it still made its way to the front of the goal as Gillespie finds it, not fires it, and hangs on. A cool thing they added to the website this year, a couple milestones. So Moncton Rockets win 100% of the games when winning after the first period. 38% of the time they lead the games. So we're going to have some stick work over on the left side. Rockets also win 95.5% of the games when scoring first. So quick starts, a key to their success. Well, the referee had it seen enough. She gave a pretty stern talking to, or at least what it looked like from the body language from up here. Now Coleman with it for the Kraken. She'll carry. Coleman to the red line, chips, gets it in deep, and she leans into Arsenault. Back to the point, to the front, off a set of boots. Now Coleman looking for that loose puck, fires one for net. Finds it, and she'll hang on, and now Boutlier is going to take down Coleman in front of the net. Or maybe it wasn't Boutlier. Looks like Madeline Colpitts, maybe. Yes, it is, in fact. So 2 for roughing. After the whistle even, might be able to throw that on there. So Kraken power play here, less than 3 minutes to go, an opportunity to get on the board here. Far side, through the middle of the ice. Last one back is Duguay here for the Kraken. Through the middle for Dickey. Dickey. Try to go cross ice. Now they work in over the line. Held up. Now back to the point. Duguay with an opportunity to shoot. Tries to go through the middle of the ice. Daniel gets that one on the backhand. She fires that one down deep. All the way down in the Kraken zone. Gillespie now. Out to play it. Leaves it there for her defender, Boutlier. Boutlier steps out from behind the goal now. Kraken in the power play breakout. Over to the left side. Daniel turns that over. She walks in through the feet. Boutlier plays the body instead, and that's going to be a penalty. Not sure how I feel about that one, but that'll get rid of the Kraken power play here as Ella Boutlier is going to head to the box. So interference call. 50-50 on that one, I would say. Puck back to the point here. Across for Bourgeois. She's going to have a ton of space. Walks in, shot. That one was blocked before it could make its way to the goal. Bourgeois tried to center down low for Ward. Ward into the zone to collect. Ward cycles it down deep. 90 seconds left to go here in the third period. Marshall had to be careful as Cormier was hot on the scene. Now it's Gilliland. Muscles her way through, and that one's going to be played with a hand pass here just as we hit the 80-second mark here. 60 plus 20 is 80. So the face-off's going to move to the neutral zone here on the hand pass. Chipped in through the neutral zone. Fitzpatrick on it. She'll fire a cross-ice pass for Cormier. Now Ward just in offside at the blue line. And the whistle will go there. Right off the draw, right up ice. It's Cormier. Runs into Duguay there, but the puck will get in deep. Chipped off the glass is LeBlanc. She's taken down. Ward got taken down in the process. And now back the other way. Ward looking for that loose puck. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Ward in on the forecheck. Duguay with it. She's going to send that out to the neutral zone. 30 seconds left to go here. Poirier walks in down the right side. Continues on. She'll stop up. She's just going to put that in behind the goal now as Elaine on it. 24 seconds left to go. Back for Arsenault. Arsenault scans. Walks in. Right down the middle there as she got a shot that hit a stick. 15 seconds left to go. Poirier carries to the middle. Little reverse there with Arsenault, moves it across. And that will do it here. 60 minutes come and gone. It's a 8-0 victory for the Rockets. They improve their record to 29-5-0. It's a 6-save shutout for Claire Fournette. So we'll have the shaking of the hands and the player of the game announcement. So we'll step aside here for just a sec, and we'll be back with player of the game here in about 30 seconds. All right. Looks like a little Howie's kit down there for player of the game.
Player of the game for the Fundy Kraken, number 17, Lauren Little.
So number 17, Lauren Little, will pick up player of the game here for the Kraken. And now for the Rockets.
Player of the game for the Moncton Rockets, number 16, Lily Plourde.
It's going to be number 16, Lily Plourde. So that'll conclude our coverage here of this one. 8-0 victory for the Rockets here from the Q-Plex in Quispamsis, New Brunswick. My name is Matt Dooley for High Button Sports, signing off. And folks, stay safe out there. Grab your necessary tools for the potential storm coming and bundle up.